All right, let's get started here. How's everybody's Ignite going so far? Yeah? Yeah, I'm having a good time too. Today, we're going to talk about recovering files in OneDrive and SharePoint. My name is Mark Wendell. I'm a program manager on the OneDrive and SharePoint team. So, how many of you have ever had to recover or lost a file that you cared about? Yeah, that's a lot. It's not a very good feeling. Today, we're going to talk about some of the features that we've built into the product that are going to help protect you and your organization's files from data loss and that horrible feeling. The key message that I want you all to leave here with today is that files are safer in OneDrive and SharePoint. Beyond the usual data protection guarantees that you get when you store your files with us, like multiple geo-redundant copies and backups, I'm going to talk about the multiple layers of protection that we've built into the product that are going to help prevent data loss for you and your organization. The first of those is version history. So that provides recovery of your file contents themselves. If I'm collaborating on a document with somebody, they make some changes in the document that I would like to revert, I can use version history to bring those back. Next is the recycle bin. You're probably all familiar with it. It provides recovery of your files themselves. Again, if I'm collaborating on documents with somebody or on my OneDrive or team site, they go delete some of the files that I've been working on, or if I accidentally delete some of my own files, the recycle bin is the tool that's going to be able to bring those back for you. Today, we're going to show off some new capabilities we've got called delete notifications. So these are going to help you recover from mass accidental deletions. And finally, we're going to show you how Files Restore and Windows Defender work together to help you recover from ransomware and other malicious attacks. I'm going to talk about each of these in detail, and then I've got some pretty cool demos for you later. So I mentioned it already, version history. It allows you to view and restore previous versions of files. In this screenshot, you're looking at a browser view in the web of the version history panel, and allows you to show all the previous versions that I've made or that other people have been working as have been collaborating on documents and files, and you can actually restore right to them. By default, all document libraries and OneDrive for Business sites are set to retain 500 versions. So that's quite a few. You can roll back in time, and if that's not enough for you, there are settings you can use to actually change that. Next is the recycle bin. I'm sure many of you have used it before. Again, this is pretty standard fare, similar to the recycle bin that you're all probably used to on Windows. If I'm working on my OneDrive or on a team site document library, if I delete some files or somebody else deletes some files, I can go to the recycle bin to bring those back. The recycle bin on OneDrive for Business sites and on team site document libraries is going to provide you 90 plus days of protection there. So that's how long, when you delete something, that's how long a file is going to stay in there for. All right. What happens if you accidentally delete a large number of files, though? Today, we're going to announce a couple new capabilities in the product that are going to help protect you and your organization from data loss caused by mass accidental deletion. The first of which is the mass delete prompt on the client. So if you're syncing files with your OneDrive for Business client, either on your OneDrive for Business site or on a team site document library, and you delete a large number of those files, the client is going to give you a prompt to confirm whether or not those deletes were intentional. If you meant to do it, you can hit the button and it automatically propagates those changes to the cloud as you'd expect. But if it turns out it was accidental, you can hit restore, and it's going to prevent those changes from propagating to the cloud and bring them back to your client machine as well. And I'll show you how that works later. The second thing that we're announcing today is mass delete notifications from the cloud. Similar to how it works on the client machine, if I'm working on my OneDrive or on a team site, and I delete a large number of files, or somebody else comes along and deletes a large number of files, it's going to send an email notification giving me a heads up that a large number of files have been deleted, with a quick link to the recycle bin to go restore those in case it was accidental. Earlier this year, we released Files Restore for OneDrive for Business. This helps you recover from ransomware, accidental deletes, and corruption. The tool provides a capability to give you self-service recovery for the last 30 days up to the second. And today, we're announcing that we're releasing Files Restore later this year for team site document libraries as well. Let's get into some demos, and I can show you how all this stuff works. Okay, so right now, we're looking at a Windows Explorer view of a synced document library on my local client machine. Sync is a very powerful tool. It lets you push and pull changes from the cloud and collaborate with others, see all the contents in my document library. But like any powerful tool, we need to be careful with it. I'm going to select a folder, and let's see what happens. I'm going to accidentally delete this folder, which contains a large number of items. So the sync client has recognized that a mass delete event has occurred on my machine, and it gives me a prompt asking me to confirm whether or not those changes were intentional. If I miss that notification, you can see in the OneDrive icon in the taskbar that my attention's required. Clicking on that, opening up the Activity Center. Here again, it's confirming if I would like to remove those files from OneDrive. If I hit remove, the changes will propagate to the cloud as they usually do, but in this case, it was accidental. So I'm going to hit restore files, and the OneDrive client has just protected and prevented those files from hitting the cloud, from the deletes from hitting the cloud, and brought them all back onto my local client machine. How cool is that? So I showed you that on a team site document library. It's also available on OneDrive for Business and OneDrive Personal as well. Let's take a look at those mass delete notifications I mentioned earlier working in the cloud now. So I've opened up a browser. I'm looking at my OneDrive for Business site. So I've got lots of files in here, you can see. And just like I did on the client, I'm going to pick a folder that has a large number of items in it, and I'm going to delete that. Now, the protection that we offer here in the cloud is fairly comprehensive. So it could be a delete that I did, a delete that somebody else did that I've shared with on my OneDrive, or it could be something that was done programmatically through APIs. So deleting that. The mass delete detection on the cloud is running now, and it's going to determine that a mass delete event has occurred on my OneDrive. That usually takes about 15 minutes. I'm going to show you what the notification looks like by showing you one that I received earlier. So this is the email that you get. It says, heads up, we noticed that you deleted a large number of files in your OneDrive. I can scroll down, and it's going to tell me that they're going to be retained for a little over 90 days. And right here, there's a quick link to the recycle bin. Now, if those deletes were intentional, I can safely ignore this mail and I won't be bothered again. But if it was accidental, I can click the recycle bin link, and it's going to take me to the recycle bin on my OneDrive for Business site that we talked about earlier. So I can select that, hit restore, and it's going to bring those files back. Mass delete notifications in the cloud is going to be available in OneDrive for Business and for team sites later this year. Okay, so let's talk ransomware now. I'm going to go back to Windows Explorer on my client machine. What we're looking at is a folder that's syncing with OneDrive. And you can see I've got a few files in here. And I'm going to simulate a ransomware attack on this machine. It's not something that I recommend you do at home. Okay, so you can see here this notification that immediately came up. That's Windows Defender giving me a heads up that it detected ransomware on the machine. And it's going to start working in the background to remediate that threat. It's going to identify the executable that caused the problem and remove it from the machine. And now it's also going to identify the files that have been affected. And you can see several of the files here, in fact, all of them in this folder, have been encrypted and their extensions have been updated to .WannaCry. So Windows Defender told the OneDrive client that some of the files have been affected, and OneDrive has popped a notification giving me an option to restore those files. Again, in case I missed that, I can go to the OneDrive icon in the taskbar, and you can see it's calling my attention. Ransomware has been detected. Would I like to restore? I definitely do. I don't want those files to stay encrypted, so I'm going to hit restore, and that's going to take me to my OneDrive web, and it's going to load the files restore page for my OneDrive. The cool thing to note here is that it pre-populates a suggested restore point. That date and time actually comes from Windows Defender. It was passed from Windows Defender to the OneDrive client, and when I click on that restore link, it automatically loads that. Looks like I lost connectivity, actually. I might need to plug in. Yeah. I'll try hitting the link again, but okay. There we go. Sorry about that. So it's pre-selected all the activities, and these are the modifications that were made by the ransomware on my machine. So they're automatically selected by Windows Defender and OneDrive working together. All I have to do is hit restore, confirm that, and now in the background it's going to start to roll back all those changes that the ransomware made on my machine. So we can do a dual pane view here. I've got my synced folder on the left-hand side, and as the job gets picked up, we should be able to watch those files come back in their unencrypted state before I was infected by ransomware. It usually takes a minute for this job to pick up, so we'll give it a second here. Yep. There they go. So they've been updated on my client machine. You can see the job's done. Awesome, eh? Okay, so that is ransomware recovery for OneDrive. How about team sites? Okay, so let's go to the web. And here is a group connected team site that I've got. I've been working in here in this document library with my colleague Jordan Miller. And this morning he gave me a heads up and said, "Hey Mark, I can't open the documents. They've all been encrypted." I come over here and I can see, uh-oh, looks like Jordan's been actually affected by ransomware too. Luckily, I've got Files Restore on Team sites now. So I'm the site collection administrator. I'm able to go to the Files Restore page for this Team site. I'm going to select a custom date and time, and now we can see the activities here. Looking at this list, I can see Jordan made a few changes earlier today. I think that was on behalf of the ransomware. So I'm going to select those, go back up, and just like on OneDrive for Business, hit Restore. And it's going to queue up a job to roll back that entire document library and all the files within it to a point before the ransomware affected it. Again, let's take a look at what that looks like and bringing those files back. I'm going to open up. Well, it looks like they're coming back already. There you go. So, Files Restore, working together with Windows Defender, is a very powerful tool to help you and your organization prevent data loss from ransomware and other malicious attacks. See if this is working. Good. I'm going to say it again. Files are safer in OneDrive and SharePoint. I showed you why. We've got multiple capabilities in the product: version history, recycle bin, Files Restore, delete notifications. Those are there to help protect your files and your company's data. If I can leave you with a call to action, put your files in OneDrive and SharePoint, and here's some resources to do that. So some quick links where you can learn more about migrating to SharePoint Online, setting up sync so you can get that protection with Defender and those automatic notifications for mass deletes. Sync your documents, pictures, and desktop with known folder move so that you get all of that protection and make sure all of your files are in the cloud. That's everything I've got for you today. Please go here, evaluate the session. I'd love to have your feedback. And I'm going to stick around. We've got some other folks from the product team that can help answer your questions. Thank you very much. You guys have been awesome.